Guys, I'm so excited. This is my first bikini prep series vlog. I am going to give you a full description of where I'm at, training, cardio, body, measurements, all of that. Today is Tuesday, January 4th. Tuesday, April 4th. I am going to Germany in like 3 hours. I'm going to FIBO. I'm super excited. I'm going with PE Science and we are going to have a fun weekend in Germany. I'm literally going across the world for like 3 days for the expo. And then once I return, I will be getting immediately onto prep. Well, I decided that I was going to do my little intro vlog for my bikini prep series today, just because when I get back, I'm gonna be really busy. Mondays after a travel day are like a really busy day for me, so I wanted to make sure I got this done before I left to show you guys, and my body's not gonna change a whole lot in a week, so I figured, why not? I'm calling this series That Prep Life. A lot of people don't really talk about every single thing that goes into a prep. Not everybody talks about the struggles. Not everybody talks about how much it sucks to be hungry. Not everybody talks about all of like the negative things that go along with prep. Not everybody talks about all of the positive things that go along with prep either. So I really wanted to make this vlog series for you guys to show you exactly what I'm doing every single step of the way. So I'm gonna show you like charts and graphs and all of the changes that my body makes throughout the 15 weeks that I'm dieting. And I wanna be really honest with you guys. I wanna be really transparent with you guys with this prep series. I wanna also show you that you can do a bikini prep, you can be flexible, you can go out to eat, you can travel. I'm traveling a bunch during my prep this year. And I just wanted to be really interactive with you guys and show you guys exactly what I'm doing. I wanna show you that you can do this and not make it 100% of your life. You can have a normal life while you're prepping for a competition or while you're dieting. I want to show you that the going's gonna get tough. Sometimes not everything's gonna be super fun and exciting, and sometimes you just gotta like suck it up. I want to show you what I'm doing with my cardio. I want to show you what I'm doing with my training. I want to show you how my body's changing every single week. I am so excited. I'm literally collecting so much data on myself to show you guys and to like learn for myself. I really want to learn my own body very closely. So moving on. Here is some footage from this morning, what I looked like, and I took all of my measurements down. So this morning I actually weighed 121.2, and I did have a huge massive refeed 2 days ago before I tested my maxes yesterday. So I think that's a little higher than what I'm actually sitting at. I think my highest for this off season so far has been like right around 118, 119. I would say that is a pretty good starting point, and I probably have like 8 or 9 pounds to lose. I am 5'2". I am 22 years old. I'm turning 23 2 weeks out from my first show on July 6th, and I'm competing on July 23rd, so happy birthday. This is my 4th year in a row where I'm gonna be on prep on my birthday, but whatever. I weighed 121 this morning. My waist is 24.5 inches. Last year on stage it was 22.5 inches. My hips at my widest point, so around my butt, is 37 inches. My shoulders are 39 inches, like around here to here. I wasn't really sure how to measure that. Like, let me know if I hooked that up or not. My baby biceps are 11 inches around, which is sad, but that's okay. I didn't write down my thigh measurement. I'm almost positive it was 22.5 inches. Body fat percentage, according to my DEXA scan that I got a few days ago, was 21%, and I'm gonna show you all the footage from that body fat scan test. Currently, my training is 5 days on, 2 days off. I'm doing a powerlifting style training split. So I have 3 days of powerlifting movements where I'm either completing squats, overhead press, or deadlifts or hip thrusts, really focusing on all my powerlifting movements, really focusing on my strength. One of my biggest things, my biggest goals for this prep is to either to maintain my strength or to actually increase my strength a little bit, even if it's body weight PRs, just because I'm gonna be losing weight, so I might be PRing based off of my body weight as it drops. So even if the actual number drops, my strength will either maintain or increase, hopefully. That is going to be huge for my muscle retention. So my coach and I are going to be really tracking that closely. Just so you guys know, my coach is lmgdesignstudio. I'm going to put his information in the description box. He has been my coach for a year now, and him and I work really closely together. So he's doing all of my macros and my training right now. My other training days are back and by days right now. Cardio, right now I'm doing literally nothing, like no cardio at all. I haven't done any cardio. I've just been like lifting heavy and no cardio at all. I haven't gotten my new training split from Will yet, so I'm gonna be getting that once I return from Germany, once I start my prep on Monday. Today is Tuesday, so in a week I'll get my new training, I'll get my new macros. The thing about my macros is that I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what they are as they change, because in that case, someone would watch my YouTube videos, take all my macros, do them for themselves, and then like sue me for telling them what to do because they fucked up their body because of whatever. Either way, I don't want you guys to copy what I'm doing in terms of my macros and in terms of my training. I want to be really transparent with you guys and tell you exactly what I'm doing, but what I'm doing is not going to be gospel for what you should do for your prep. You need to get a coach who knows exactly how to change things for your body. My body might not be reacting the same way to things that your body might be reacting to. I really want you guys to remember that when I am doing everything across my bikini prep series. Don't copy my macros, don't copy my training, don't copy my cardio, but I will be providing you with tips and tricks and information leading up to my competition that might be helping you along the way as well. I want to be very informational with you guys, very transparent, but I don't want you to just take what I do and copy it. That's not the point of this. I thought it would be helpful for you guys to get some numbers, so I'm going to tell you my starting macros. I'll probably tell you them halfway through a prep, and I'll probably tell you what they get down to at the very end of prep. So currently my macros are set at 160 carbs, 52 grams of fat, 125 grams of protein on my low carb days. Yes, I still carb cycle during my off season because I really enjoy it. On my high carb days, I have 200 grams of carbs. So that is between like 1550, 1600 calories and like 1800 calories. And I have been steadily like gaining weight as I'm eating those macros, those same macros. So that is right around where my maintenance is at. You guys just saw what I looked like. You guys saw all my numbers. You know all of my stats at this point. I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, you can go ahead and ask me in the comments and I'll tell you. This is my starting point. So I'm going to Germany. I am kind of intuitively tracking macros over the next week or so just because I'm going to be away. I want to enjoy my time in Germany, but I'm not going to go overboard because it's just really pointless to just eat your face off before prep starts. You're just going to be gaining weight that you don't want to be frustratingly having to waste weeks of your prep losing that weight. So I'm going to be pretty similar when I come back. Maybe I'll be like a little bit heavier when I come back, but I'll keep you guys posted. I just wanted to make sure that this video got posted within a decent time frame from when my actual prep started. One of the reasons why I'm so excited for this prep to start, number one, I took a long enough off season. So I remember at the end of my last prep, I was debating even competing again. By the end of prep, you feel really tired, you feel depleted, you feel like you're not yourself. It really does take a lot out of you when you're low calorie. I was even debating not competing this year just because I love the way I feel when I'm not competing. It feels amazing to just eat and eat a little bit more, track your macros, enjoy your life, not stress about what you look like all the time. I've been in an off season essentially for 8 or 9 months now, aside from the mini cut that I did for the bodybuilding.com spokesmodel search. I am 100% ready to go. My body's replenished. I'm in a comfortable, healthy spot with my metabolism, with my training, with my strength. I feel really good. I feel motivated to keep going. Like the motivation that I feel right now will probably push me through for like at least 6 weeks, at least the first 6 weeks of my prep. Competing to me doesn't mean getting my pro card. It doesn't mean being validated by a trophy. It doesn't mean being validated by a placing. It doesn't mean being validated by posting my body on Instagram and people saying, wow, you worked so hard for that, because that's not what competing means to me. Competing to me means eating my last best. So last year, I came in my absolute best I've ever come in. That motivated me so much because I could see literally a year ahead of time where I would look if I did these certain things. I spent a lot of time in my off season growing my body, growing my muscles, building up my metabolism, really enjoying myself, and I had this year competing in my mind the whole entire time. I know I'm gonna bring a very, very different package to the stage this year. You can't assign value to your body like you assign characteristics to yourself. You can't just assign a value to yourself based off of what your body looks like. competition prep is cool. Getting shredded as shit is awesome. It's really fun, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. And I want to show you guys that what you see on Instagram, what bikini competitors look like on social media, I want to show you what they actually go through to get there. I want to show you the struggles. I want to show you the cardio. I want to show you the food that they can't eat. I want to show you everything. So I'm really excited to get this series started. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. So we're going to be doing all of the fun stuff that you guys always like, the nutrition, the training, the cardio, the talks, the struggles. So I'm going to be incorporating a lot of that stuff into this series to really show you guys everything that I'm doing, being totally transparent and honest with you guys, aside from telling you like my exact macros. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up if you're really excited, just as excited as I am, and comment below with what you want to see in these bikini prep vlogs, that prep life coming to you very soon. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, so Randy and I,
here I am.
She's coming with me to get my body fat percentage tested for the first time ever. I've never got my body fat tested. I've never done a caliper. I've never done any kind of body fat scan ever.
So you have no idea what your body fat is?
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never tracked it. So I'm really excited to see. I signed up for a DXA scan, a DEXA scan in West LA, and we're headed there right now. Today is March 31st.
Yes.
Today's March 31st, and my prep officially starts on April 11th when I get back from FIBO. But I'm leaving for FIBO on Monday. Today's Thursday. I'm leaving on Tuesday, sorry. I didn't have really much time to do it before then. So it'll be like a 10 days before prep body fat percentage test, but
nothing will change.
Yeah, nothing's really gonna change from now until then regardless. So I'm excited to see what I am at for my starting point right now, and then I'm going to go back in the middle of my prep probably, and then hopefully at the end of prep, just so I can get a little bit of like data on myself. So I'm really excited to get going, and we'll bring you guys with us. Cool. It's my bed. Thanks for the moral support, Randy.
This is scary. I'm just kidding.
It's kind of scary.
Let me have you move down a little bit more. Too much, come on. Nope. I know you overachiever. Just right there. Okay. Just put your hands to your side, tuck your elbows in, and then your hands are going to be kind of like straight. And so move your hips over to the right a little bit more. Too much. Just want you to make sure that you're nice and centered.
Don't mind me.
Feet right there, and then just hands to your side again. So keep your fingers stiff, and for this first part, I'm going to have you close your eyes, okay? Scan is going to take about 7 minutes, and here we go.
It's like slowly moves.
Mm-hmm. It kind of goes by pieces, kind of like almost like slices there. So it'll do a sweep, and then kind of like this way, and then move down. Go, then move down. Go.
How accurate is it?
I want to say it's one of the most accurate. Like you can, I don't know if you've heard of like, I guess is it the bod pod where you jump into like the water?
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
And it creeps me out. I don't know.
I have never done that.
I don't want to, because you have to kind of get dumped into the water.
Yeah.
And then kind of like blow all the air out of your lungs. Okay, so it does use radiation, but very minimal amounts of it. And so what it does is that there's the detector on the bottom there. And so what it does is that it measures the bone densities, the fat tissue, as well as the muscle tissue as well. And it gives you a pretty accurate reading of the, almost like the weight of each tissue. So then John will be right out.
Thank you.
Well, that was quick and easy.
It was painless.
Thank you for filming, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually a picture of you. It's an x-ray picture of you. So the green is mostly muscle, the red is fat, and the white is bone. Then this is how much you weigh in pounds, so pretty close to what you estimated on your intake form. The machine doesn't actually have a scale on it, but because it's measuring all the tissues in your body here, adding that up together is how it comes up with your current weight.
Right.
That means the breakdown of this is basically you have this much fat, this much muscle, and this is how much your bones weigh. This is your overall total body fat percent here. And here's a breakdown of body fat percentages based on age from women scanning on our machines. You can see in this first column here, our leanest group is right around 25%.
Gotcha.
And typically anything up to about 30% for a woman can still be considered pretty healthy. However, it's not all about just what the total body fat percent is, but also how the fat's distributed throughout your body matters too. So down here we divide the body regionally.
Oh, so cool.
And you can see that distribution.
Mostly legs.
Which is typical because
That's
legs
typical.
is a pretty big muscle group.
Right.
Especially on women, we carry more of our fat typically in our lower half
Hormonally,
of our
correct.
body. So from a health perspective, we want to take a look specifically at this android area, and that's your belly area. It's right around here.
Got it.
So this is also the area where your organs are located. Therefore, extra fat that you have there can interfere with the organs, potentially causing metabolic diseases such as diabetes.
Interesting.
So yeah, our benchmark for that is we want your android percent number here to be lower than your total body fat percent number.
Oh, that's a good thing to.
Yeah, it's a good
kind of
indicator to tell whether you're healthy or not as far as fat, where you carry your fat goes. And you're well below that, so nothing to worry about there. Then the other place our body tends to store fat, especially on women, is the gynoid area. This is the hips, upper thighs, and butt. And even though we might not like the way that fat looks, the good news about it is that it's not such a health risk because it's not near your organs. So and some of that can be genetics, and you happen to have 0 on your visceral fat. So
that's
you don't have
good.
any internal bad fat.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
the 0.9 pounds of fat that you do have in your belly area actually is all subcutaneous fat. That's fat right underneath the skin.
Gotcha.
So that's good news. Then the machine also does an estimated resting metabolic rate for you. This means
helpful.
Yeah, this means basically if you stay home in bed all day, that's how many calories you would burn. If you are
I work
counting-
from home, so that's like.
If you are counting calories, you can use this as a base or like
helpful.
a minimum amount. So you never want to go below that, and you're typically going to have to add to that, especially if you're an active person.
And that's just about where I usually like end a really deep prep.
Okay.
Like on my low carb days at a low prep, that's usually like where it ends.
Neat. So that's perfect.
Yeah, cool. That's really helpful.
And now you know that going into prep too. What exact number?
Then this number here is showing a ratio between those two areas we talked about, android and gynoid. We want this ratio to be less than 1, which you are, because we do want more fat around your hips, butt, and thighs rather than around your belly, because it's just healthier. And then this last section down here, next to last section, is the bone density report. So this number here is your actual bone density. What we do is compare it to people your same age and ethnicity and generate a Z-score. So if you plug this number in over here, you're right around the 90th percentile. So your bone density is quite good.
My mom has osteoporosis, so that's like helpful information that I would want to know for the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, right now your bones are healthy. Doesn't mean necessarily they're going to stay that way, but yeah. This isn't a screening for osteoporosis, but it's definitely an indication of overall bone health.
Yeah.
And then the last section right here is the symmetry report. So it's comparing your right and left arms and legs.
Cool.
Yeah, so the two columns we want to mainly look at are the fat mass, and particularly the lean mass, because this is what matters the most. So it looks like on your arms you have 1/10 of a pound more fat here on your right arm, and then 1/10 of a pound more muscle on your left arm.
Cool.
And then on your legs you have 1/10 of a pound more fat on your right leg and about half a pound more muscle on your left leg.
Interesting.
So it is normal to have some imbalances between sides because you're typically dominant on one side. And even if that's not what you would think as your dominant side, there's something else that you do throughout the day with that side that just makes it have more muscle. Interesting. Yeah. Cool. And then the last 4 pages are what we'll build out with additional scans. So if you do decide you want to track your progress over time, you get scanned with us again, then all your progress will be automatically tracked regionally. So in each of these areas, you're going to see your fat.
All right, so that was a really, really interesting test to get done. It showed us a lot more than I anticipated us showing.
Yeah, it showed everything.
And yeah, something that Randy and I were just kind of talking about was that There's a lot of different methods to get your body fat percentage tested, and you have to keep getting the same one or else it's not going to be necessarily accurate because there's different body fat percentages across the board. So last time Randy got her body fat percentage checked, she was at 14%.
With a caliper.
With a caliper, and in the past that I've heard that 13 or 12% for a female is like essentially the same
Very
thing
lean.
as 2 to 3 to 4% for a male, because females are like naturally supposed to have fat for just like all of health purposes. There's
Creating.
yeah, we're procreating and stuff like that, all that kind of stuff. So what I think I found most interesting,
Stay consistent with the way that you're getting your stuff tested. Like,
yeah,
if
so
you
stay
choose one-
consistent in your body fat percentage testing method if you're getting it done. Something that I found really interesting, okay, just to reiterate, my body fat percentage right now, according to this test, 21%, 121 pounds on the bed that I was laying on, but I was like 117 this morning on my scale. Fat tissue, 25 pounds, lean tissue, 91 pounds. And for most females on this paper, it says 0 to 20th percentile for my age group is under 24%. So very lean for most people is 24%. So of course, as competitors, we're leaner than most normal people. So that makes sense. And then the thing that I found really interesting was that it also showed you like a muscle balance report. So my right arm has 1.6 pounds of fat, and my left arm has 1.5 pounds of fat, and my right leg has 5.6 and my left leg has 5.5. So everyone's gonna have like some slight muscle imbalances, which I found really interesting. And another thing that I found interesting was that it also tests your resting metabolic rate, which means if you were a potato all day, this is how many calories you need to maintain your life. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Your body requires daily at rest. So mine was 1,272 calories. So another thing that we talked about is that if you're tracking your progress and you don't have a body fat scan percentage way to track it, you make sure you're being consistent with your scale. Make sure you're being consistent with which one you use, which methods you use. If you're measuring yourself, if you're taking photos, make sure they're in the same spot, in the same lighting all the time. You just have to be really consistent with like the way that you're tracking it. So I'm really excited for this bikini prep to start because I'm actually going to be tracking my body fat percentage and all of this information. I'm going to be doing it a couple times over my prep to see how things change. So I'm actually going to send this to my coach later today. I'm
it's super interesting to know, and it'll be cool to watch it and see what happens.
So you guys are going to get to see all of that as we go along. So
I wonder if your BMR will lower actually as you get.
Ooh, I'm super interested to see.
It's gonna be fun science experiment.
Can't wait.
Guys.
I'm doing a science experiment on myself. That's also why I bought a Polar FT60. That's what I got. Yeah. So I got like a heart rate monitor, the calorie tracker for my cardio too. So I'm doing all of the scientific shit this prep. So excited! I'm not messing around.
Dr. Bucci.
Doctor, yes. I'm gonna collect some data and do a study on myself.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be good, you guys.
Cool.